Growing up, Barb was always by the water or on a boat. Over the years, she watched her dad, Clint, construct and work on several boats used by their family. Barb talked about wanting to build a boat just like her father did. A couple of years ago, she purchased plans and constructed a small wooden motorboat made from scratch. Built right in our garage, she used marine-grade plywood and connected the pieces using the stitch and glue method. The boat was coated with fiberglass and epoxy. We now enjoy using this boat, which was aptly named Mr. Clint in honor of her boat-loving dad. Looking back, we wish we had documented the construction of Mr. Clint. Barb's current project is a 1950s style runabout boat. The only difference in this project is that we purchased a kit rather than cutting each piece of wood ourselves. It is still quite a journey and uses the same techniques as the previous build, including the same methods of joining the wood pieces together, using fiberglass, epoxy, stain, some paint, and lots of sandpaper. You can see some of the progress we've made so far here, starting with just the kit in flat boxes, then to the beginning of the stitch and glue, putting the outside of the boat together, and some fiberglass. Please follow along as Barb shows her weekly progress in this new journey.
Hi, and welcome back to the channel. This week, I'm going to finish all of my fiberglassing inside. I say that every week, but this week I'm definitely going to. I'm not that far off. So I'll finish in here, and I'll finish in there, and in there. If you see all that brown thickened epoxy, I'm going to sand it. But like I said before, I'm okay, and I'm not sure, it's all covered. You're not even going to see it, and I'd rather have it stronger and thicker than thinner. It's just messy stuff. I finished with my spray rails. I got them on. They weren't bad, except for the screwing into my finger. But besides that, they worked out well. Okay. And here's the other one. They were easy to put on. You just have to not be so tired, I guess. Anyways, and then this is the bow. And so what I'm going to do is I'm also working on the transom. I never did anything with it besides fiberglass it, and I did put some epoxy on it more. But today, I've spared you the sanding, and I've sanded it down. And what I'm going to use right for all here is, I'm going to use some fairing compound today. I'm going to put that all on any area that looks bumpy, smooth it out, let it dry, and then when it dries, I'll sand it. And it might need a little bit more. It's not bad to work with. Epoxy and thickened epoxy is 15 times worse. I don't mind working with the fairing compound. But so, like I said, these are the stringers. These down here, that is a floorboard, which one's going to go here, one's going to go on the other side, and then in between is going to go these boards right here. There's 5 of them. Those will all go down, and then I'll stain them nice. And then we'll go from there. So I'm going to set myself up and get ready to do a little fairing compound. And I have a light back there, so maybe you'll be able to see better, because I can't really see anything I'm doing, I don't think, which could be a good thing, I guess. I'll be back. So what I'm going to do here is my fairing compound. You'll see the blue and the yellow. You mix them together, half and half. Comes out, you'll know when you have it right. It'll be like a green color. So I'm going to mix it. I'm going to spread it around on the stern, even everything out. Let it dry, and then after it dries, then I'll sand it down, and then it should be nice and smooth. This reminds me of sheetrock mudding. So I'll come back after this is dry, and I don't know if you've never used fairing compound before, you'll be surprised at how smooth it actually makes it. Smooth it right into here and smooth it all down. Once it dries, it just really makes it nice. Sometimes I think it could be hard to cover it but I'm using a dark stain, and I did it at the bow, and I don't think you can see it anymore. So anyways, let's see how this works out, and I'll be back later. Thank you. I sanded, as you can see, one whole side, and I did sand the back where I had put the fairing compound. I have to put a little bit more right here, but besides that, a little bit on the same side, way over on the other side, the starboard side, in the back. Spray rails on, and so in a little bit after a break, I am going to go and I'll do the other side. And then I did promise I was going to actually be done with the fiberglass. So after I do the other side, I'm going to cut the pieces for the fiberglass and get them ready. And then we'll see how pooped out I am. So we'll see you in a little bit. And if you like, you want to share the video, much appreciated. You can comment. I love comments. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing anything right, and we'll be back in a little while. Thank you for watching. I don't know, I'm not a boat builder. I built a couple, but I mean, by far, I'm such an amateur. Hold on one second. But they tell you when you start to take the two bottom pieces and epoxy halfway up to here, the bottom pieces. Don't keep going, just leave that. I would never have that in the instructions. I think it's ridiculous. They should tell you in the instructions to epoxy all the way up. Fiberglass, I'm sorry, like go all the way up with your thickened, even if you put one panel on to hold everything up, to go all the way up the seam with the thickened epoxy first. Then you can really reach it, you can really scrape it nice. And then if you want, you could do another coat of it, take all those out, all those wires out. And then, after that's done, you fiberglass the entire bottom of the boat. Because to get down there and here is just stupid. I don't know why they don't tell you to do it the way I just said, because it doesn't even make sense to me. Why are you going up halfway here? This is the easiest part of fiberglassing, is right up to here. So it just, none of it makes sense to me. I would never recommend that. Everything would be so much neater looking, which I've said about a million times. I don't really care if it's too messy. I just want it solid, because this part's never seen. But it would be so much neater looking. It just bugs me that it's not neater looking than what it is. You can't even get in there. I mean, to get in there with a sander, I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Anyways, so this week I was like, oh, I'm going to totally finish, and I am. I'm not going to show you any more epoxying because I just get frustrated, and it's not really great to show how frustrated you can get, because it's supposed to be fun to do this, and it is. I enjoy doing it, but I'm so over the epoxy, not the epoxy, the fiberglassing. I'm just over that. So what I'm going to do next is I got the boards, the floorboards done, but I think I'm going to put one more coat of epoxy on the back side of it. Then I'm going to fit them in there, and then I'm going to do the side rails that I have, and then I'm going to put in the back bench seat. So I'm going to start really putting some parts in, because this was the worst part of the whole job. But honestly, if you did it the way I just said, it would have been 100 times easier, and it wouldn't be so frustrating, and everything would be cut perfect. Because they want you to do 3 coats of fiberglass here, here, and here. So I have 2 coats here, a third one with the line, the seam line in the middle. That's all I'm doing. I can't see that being not good enough, because on the bottom I got 3 coats. So that's like 6 coats on the seam. I do have to finish going around and doing the thickened epoxy up here too, but I don't have to worry about that because nothing's covering that yet. So I can actually start putting some pieces in, so I can climb in and make it easier. I mean, it still wouldn't have mattered up here because I got that solid piece. And these strands of fiberglass, which are everywhere, which I'll just cut all these away anyways. And the reason I had to make more epoxy is because I didn't realize there was some still left in the jar, and I made a new batch, and all it did, it was starting to gel, so it just made all of it gel. So I wasted, I don't know, 30 pumps of epoxy. The epoxy itself is $170 for, the hardener and a bottle of the epoxy. So, and you go through it. So I don't like to waste it because it's a lot of money. Boats are. If you have a boat, you'll know. I think my father used to say it's just the money pit. You're just throwing in money in it all the time. But if you enjoy going out on a boat, then there's times when you gotta spend money and you want to spend money because it's fun. So I might be back later and finish fixing that over there, and maybe doing the floorboards and setting them in. And then Yeah, the light went out, so I guess it's telling me to shut up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy it at all, like it and maybe subscribe and share it with anybody. It just helps out the channel a lot. And I appreciate you coming. Thank you very much.